Crazy story is I actually just learned how to play poker about 9 months ago. It wasn't until we started the poker company that my partner Blake Wynn was like, Hayes, I need you to learn how to play poker.
Burn or chill taking $1 million up front or flipping a coin for $1 billion?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I think I have to.
What's the biggest burn moment you've gone through?
2018, I got released for the LA Chargers. And obviously everything inside of you believes you're good enough to keep playing and this is not the end of your road because you never know when your last day of playing. And it wasn't until a year later after being released, I never got a phone call back.
What an amazing guest we have in the house today. He is a former NFL linebacker. He is also the co-founder of Celebrity Poker Tour, and he's the co-founder of Enclave and Key, the newest up-and-coming marketing agency. So let's say what's up to Hayes Pullard III.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good?
Welcome to the Burn or Chill Show. Yes, you ready for this?
Talk to me.
How you feeling? You feeling good?
Everything's
feeling ready?
great, man. No complaints this way. Ready to get this thing rock and rolling. You feel me?
All right, let's get right into this first question of Burn or Chill. So this one, you're going to have to burn one and then chill one.
Say less.
Burn or chill have to bluff your way through every hand in poker or only be able to play face-up poker with your cards.
Ooh. I'm going to have to burn with bluffing my way to the top. I think I would have so much more fun doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, just like 10-2, 7 deuce, queen 4 offsuit. I think I could really make my way to the top. Everybody says I'm a very serious poker player, so I think I could really ride that to the top, no doubt.
Yeah, no.
You got a good poker face. You could do anything, right?
100%. You just like, oh no, I have the nuts. Like, don't do not call this. Like, I had it last time. Because you already know you if you fold most of those hands, you end up folding half of the full houses you could potentially make.
Especially with other people who have cards worse than yours.
Yeah, they got third pair. Like, oh, I have no pair, but it works.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I would bluff my way to the top too. It's pretty easy.
Might actually make a good case for tonight's charity poker event.
Oh, there you go. You can listen to that.
I'm gonna be taking notes over here, like bluff my way to the top.
Yeah, but face up is crazy because it's right there.
Oh,
everyone
it's
can see it.
It's tough. I mean, unless it's the other one that people are scared of. But no, we've definitely had games where you hold one up. I mean, we had these home games where it's like, hey, how about you flip one? Show me one. Like, let's do it the whole way. Or it's like you don't look at those cards at all, and we both just try and bet the whole flop, turn, and River's like, all right, like now I'm getting scared.
Especially when it's your boys too, because you never know. You're like,
At that moment, you're just gamblers. It's like, all right, whatever happens, it happens. It's like flipping a coin. One of us can have a card. One of us can have high cards. So. No, that's the fun in the game at the end of the day.
Have you always loved poker before you got into it?
Oh, crazy story is I actually just learned how to play poker about 9 months ago. It wasn't until we started the poker company that my partner Blake Wynn was like, Hayes, I need you to learn how to play poker. I was going to the home games playing 25 cent, 50 cent. I'm talking about blowing these, $50 buy-ins like left and right. I probably, in 2 games, lost about 15 buy-ins and probably won 1 hand. Like literally, if you've seen Molly's game and whoever, I forgot the guy's name, where he just lost every single game, and she was like, I don't think this is statistically a game for you or possible for you to lose every single hand. That was me in the first 2.5 months. Then I started to get better, started to figure out how to bluff and win the hands that you don't necessarily supposed to win. And I think that's how you grow in poker, and obviously the poker face, the odds, and all the things that come with it.
Yeah, there's so many games inside of poker. Like, it's crazy. Like, no one to hold them, no one to fold them.
No, you're 100% right. And I think that's the psychology for myself. It's like, okay, like when I'm sitting across another individual, it's like, okay, he's an NFL player. He's the Celebrity Poker Tour owner. Like, he's not playing. He's not. That's why I'm like, I think I can bluff my way to the top. I mean, I'm going to lose some of these, but boy, I think I could really have a good shot at this.
Take a chance.
Oh, that's the
so
best
you're going to
way.
burn bluffing your way to the top and chilling on the face up.
Absolutely. High risk, high reward. That's how we got
That's
live
right. Love it. This time to go into our second question. This is a question about high risk, high reward as well. So you got to burn one and chill one. Burn or chill taking $1 million up front or flipping a coin for $1 billion?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I think I have to chill on the $1 million, and I'm going to burn with the 50-50 flip for $1 billion.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking about a 50-50. You don't get that odds in a casino today. So, like, other than I think it's Baccarat, like, is that you get the best odds in the house.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I'm going to take the 50-50 flip. Tails never fails in my book. I mean, I've been betting that flip in the Super Bowl, and I'm probably like 90%, hitting that. So
I think you just hit last week too.
Absolutely. That's what I'm like, it may be the time where I flip it and it goes heads. Like, all right, whatever. Like, that's my L, Can one of the homies do it now so we can do this again? It's 50-50. So, no, definitely I would, again, burn the $1 billion and then
chill on $1 million.
The million.
Gosh, money talks, man.
No, 100%.
But it's like to take the chance. High risk, high reward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then
And it's
if you take the,
50-50.
but think about it. If you take the $1 million up front, you got $1 million. You're chilling. Like, okay, I
Chilling,
got $1
chilling.
million.
Don't
I
You're
guess you
big
could
chill.
turn the
Don't get
million
big chill.
into
Uh-huh.
$1 billion.
But then you
You
have
had
to
it.
sleep with the fact on. If I just flipped a coin, I could have
a
$1 billion.
No,
I could have $1 billion.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the blessed and the curse in the situation.
Yeah,
alone.
for sure.
It's like, what are you really working towards? Are we just trying to, hit the lotto? Like, imagine if somebody told you the lotto right now was literally 50-50. Would you do it?
Yeah,
Or would you
heck
just take the $1 million?
Oh, see, that's
Which one are you burning there, chill? Like, the
Yeah.
lotto's pretty much almost up there. Like, which one would you do?
50-50 for a lottery. I mean, the lottery is up.
It's
oh my
up there. I
God.
think some of them is like 370 million. Like,
I mean, you gotta burn. take your chances, right?
Take
for
the yeah.
50-50?
50-50. Yeah.
I mean,
You
the
gotta
lottery right now is 1 in probably $1 billion.
Exactly. And people
Like,
sign up for, hundreds of sheets every single day until it leads up. So I'm like, whatever. I'm going to do the 50-50 and then,
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to get $1 million and then I'll go on and move on. So
Yeah. Hey, high risk, high reward. But it's time to get to our
That
next
part.
question. This question is going to be NFL related.
talk
So,
to me.
switching the
Let's go.
gears.
switching it up. Bernard Chill have a legendary player on your team who is known for being a bad teammate, or have a less talented player on your team, but a great motivator.
I mean, I'm going with the better teammate.
Better
easy,
teammate?
Easy. Like, that's the burn. I mean, I've played with some of the greatest, players to this day, and it's like you can't beat, the camaraderie that you have in a locker room. You can't beat, the level of leadership that people carry in those locker rooms. Like, I mean, I've had Phillip Rivers, I've had Melvin Gordon, Keenan Allen. The list goes on for, other teammates in different teams as well. But those are the championship teams. Like, you look at every championship team, like, you don't hear, oh, this team won the Super Bowl, but this dude was terrible through this whole entire process. Like, you can't have that one cancer in that locker room. So, yeah, I'm going with the better teammate burn, and then I'm chilling on the other one. Easy.
Yeah.
Like, easy. I don't care if you're a Hall of Famer, but you don't have the people around you, like, and your support system isn't there. Like, nah, I'm going to chill on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to. Yeah, see, the NFL is crazy because you have to have talent, and you got to have the guys in the locker room that are willing to
Absolutely.
take
That's
you
why
up
it's
a
so hard
notch.
to win.
For sure.
It's so hard to
You're
win
talking
week
about
to
You're
week.
talking about 11 people that has to all be in unison for us
Sync.
to have one successful play.
Yeah.
And then you have 80 of those plays that got to go on. It's
For
not like,
18 weeks.
Like Usain Bolt can go out there and be, a hail to the world because he's going to go out there and run 9 seconds flat and nobody's going to beat him. It's
Yeah.
different. Like in
Yeah.
basketball, like you can probably get away and drop 50 and win, but also lose. But you're still the best
Still
player.
got to
You
play
go
that
to-
defense on the other end of the court.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We see it every day. So it's
Yeah.
like when you get to football and 11 players, like you got to trust the center, the right tackle, the receiver. Like, hey, we are blocking for Saquon on this play. And
Yeah.
everybody got to do their job.
Yeah, it is crazy to see like the Eagles, like you mentioned Saquon, like they had so much talent, but yet they were still so connected. That's why they won. Like you
Absolutely.
have to be like that when you have that much
Absolutely.
talent, and to win a Super Bowl is crazy in its own. But when you have star power like that and you're so connected, then I mean,
And the
It's
way
easy.
to win it like that, I mean, you can't
dominant.
really, just domination. Like, who else do you put in there against the Eagles?
Yeah.
Commanders, run it back for the
I'm
fourth
not mad
time.
at you guys. That'd be another good game.
Run it back
That'd
4
definitely be
times.
good. I wanted to see Buffalo in there. I mean, I just wanted
Yeah.
to see them in there to see how they, step up to the plate. I mean, this was a year that I felt was competitive, just like Baltimore, just like the Commanders. But, again, the game comes down to
NFL.
wins and losses, and if you
Yeah.
lose, you don't advance.
Yeah.
We saw
Yeah.
who was supposed to be in the Super Bowl, and we just didn't like the outcome for some.
For a lot, probably. No, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
we
a-
just went to the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and you can tell, like, all of the fans that bought their tickets before they knew who was in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So many Bills fans there, so many Commanders fans there. I even saw some guys wearing Steelers jerseys.
my
I'm like,
God.
oh,
No shot.
geez. Yes,
No shot.
yes. It
Did
was
you guys
I
have your Commander jerseys on though?
should have. I should have.
Oh, what kind of fans are we talking to here?
I mean, I wore a sweatsuit going there, but I mean,
Jaden, you hear this, right? They wasn't repping at the Super Bowl. They wasn't repping.
hey man, next year, shoot, our organization has been
Brian
in
Robinson,
the
you
trenches.
hear this? They wasn't repping at the bowl. They weren't repping at the bowl.
Hey, shout out Mikey Sanders show.
That's the man. But speaking of the Super Bowl, it is time to go to the next question. This is a topic right now, so you got to burn one and chill one. Same style. The Chiefs dynasty with Mahomes or the Patriots dynasty with TB12?
Gosh, I have a sneaky feeling about this too. I dislike both of them because I've lost to both of them in AFC divisional championships, and it burns to a T. I think I have to go with Tom Brady to be the burn and Pat Mahomes to be the chill. I mean, they're both great quarterbacks, great leaders, and have taken their organizations to, elite levels that we all see today. But playing against both, I have to truly give it to Tom Brady. You're talking about an individual that probably was not the most athletic, from an arm strength perspective, athletic-wise from speed, strength, but when he came out there, he was ready to go. He studied behind the scenes. He made sure his body was ready to go from a food perspective. And his leadership was 0 to none. He didn't have to say anything, but when he said something, everybody responded. It's like when Pop start talking, it's like, everybody sit down. Like, okay, Pop's talking.
I'm gonna sit down.
I'm gonna sit down. Like, it was an aura about him. And I'll share one quick story. I was playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is the year we lost in the AFC Championship to Tom Brady. And we go up in fall camp to practice against the Patriots. Belichick's there, Gronk's there, Edelman, Chris Hogan, James. I'm talking about loaded roster.
Yeah.
We were loaded too. We had, TJ Yeldon, we had Leonard Fournette, we had Allen Robinson, Marquise Lee, I said Allen Robinson twice, Telvin Smith, Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey. The team
Dogs
is
are
ready.
loaded, yeah.
So we're up there competing. I'm talking about going balls to the wall. And I'll never forget after practice, Tom Brady was like, that was shit. We're going to the hills. And they got this small little 40-yard hill on the side of their practice field. He was like, we're hitting the hills. And nobody said a thing. They put their helmets on. I'm talking about, we're on the field. He like, that was shit. We going to the hill. They on the sideline, boom, took off to the hill. Tom Brady already took up to the hill, and the coaches included took off to the hill.
Wow.
And they just
ran.
And we just like,
Yeah, you guys are probably just like, what?
this is different. People don't know what's going on in Boston where they're practicing at.
Yeah.
We've seen Chiefs practice. We've seen I don't know what they got going on up there. They running after practice like they back in high school, but it was all led by the players, which was Tom Brady. And it's like, we think, you think Bill Belichick is a great coach. He is. But the better teams are the ones that's led by the players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry
back to
to
the
share
leadership that we were
story,
talking
but
about.
Absolutely.
You got to have that leader that's going to do, because how many people are actually going to do that? After a long practice, hard practice, you're going back and forth and nope, straight to the hills.
Straight to the hills. Even though everybody's because we're it's good on good. At this moment, we're playing like a game every single play for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then it's like, go to the hill. We got 300 of these. It's like, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
And then our coach like, no, we got some too, where we just running gashers. I'm like,
We could have got
you don't gotta listen to Tom.
Yeah. I guess that's why he's got 8.
A couple
right?
months later, you guys are both playing for your division championship. And that's where the hard work comes in.
And you have to just see that as a player. And, whether you were at the beginning of your stage, at that time, this was year 2 for me, but you had leaders on our team that's never initiated this in our own, organization. And it was good for them to see that as well. Because, Tom Brady was already, probably 10 plus years in the league. We had a couple of veterans
few Super Bowls too.
Paul Leslie, Calais Campbell at the time. He's still in the league at 30 years.
Yeah.
These individuals that didn't even see what this looked like. They've never even went to the playoffs that far because they were with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now you see it, it's like, okay, we got to take it back to high school. When you didn't care, when fun was
When football was fun,
it wasn't about all the X's and O's. Like, we
Money,
going to get the play call, and now we got to bring it alive.
Yeah,
It's just like when you were a kid, like, all right, 28 blast. Let's go figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Pitch the ball to the right, and I need you to figure out how to score. So everybody block as hard as they can so we can get them in. And that's just what it was. So.
Yeah.
Takes
No,
all
it was
11
good.
to make it
Yeah,
happen.
it literally does
No,
take
for real,
back
bro.
to what we were saying. Takes all 11. But it's time to go to our final question of the Bernard Chill Show. This
snap.
is our burn moment question. A burn moment is a super difficult time in your life where you've had to fight and overcome that's gotten you to where you are at today. What's the biggest burn moment you've gone through?
Oh,
in
this
your
is
life?
this is probably a short, a really good story, but I'll keep it short for you guys. It was a time, I want to say this was 2018. I got released for the LA Chargers, and obviously everything inside of you believes you're good enough to keep playing, and this is not the end of your road because you never know when your last day of playing. And it wasn't until a year later after being released I never got a phone call back to be able to get back on the NFL team. And not knowing what I wanted to do, I ended up graduating from USC, got a real estate degree, which was like all I've known was football. This is all I love. This is all I don't really want to go try and beg people to buy homes and do all that. I'm like, nothing against people that do it. It's like, for me, I didn't want to do that. And I'm sitting at the house and I'm talking with my partner Blake Wynn at this time. And, he's just got sent off to college, and he's like, bro, I don't like college. Like, I don't like college. You don't like this. Like, let's just send, each other the pool game on our phones. And like, he's in class. I'm literally sitting at the house on my couch, probably watching Game of Thrones, playing pool on my phone. And I'm like, this is the most excitement I've had in the last, year and a half, because I've been just trying to get on the football field. And it wasn't until I was like, hey, bro, like, how do we fix the problem of getting, players money before they go broke after football? And I'm like, that's something that I may be passionate about. And I asked him, like, hey, can you bring me, some type of sponsorship deals or whatever? And he ends up bringing me, a solid, deal. I'm like, oh, snap. Hey, I got some bigger players like Marquise Lee, Robert Woods, Juju Smith. And I'm like, hey, can you do this for these folks? He brings them even bigger deals because they're bigger than, a linebacker. I'm like, oh, snap, we actually got a business here.
Yeah.
And that's when we decided to create Enclave and Key. And I mean, fast forward today, having over, 1,500 athletes, over 50 brands we work with, and then even, growing into, what Celebrity Poker Tour was today. I mean, that was from being so scared to figuring out what life after football was and getting a degree in something way different than what I even, thought about. Like, I don't have a degree in marketing. I didn't know poker until 9 months ago. Just finding ways to create an uncomfortable past so I can be comfortable during that whole entire phase. Like when we started off playing football, I'm sure when you first started off golf, like it was probably hard to get that ball to hit the perfect spot on the club. I still have a problem with it. And I feel like I'm like, just connecting. Just
connect.
yards.
Please
Just connect.
center.
Nope, I've hit the club. I mean, I've hit the ball with the back of the club before. Don't tell anybody that, but that was a really, I guess, stressful moment for myself. And I know a lot of players have a stressful moment trying to figure out life after football.
Yeah.
My best, I guess, advice or, sharing was that is just, figuring out another uncomfortable situation. Because, where we all start in life is it's extremely uncomfortable, but it continues to do. And everything that you've done in those, young times, for me in those football times was you are already resilient. You played a sport at a high level, and you've been competitive. You already are determined. You already are dedicated. You already are punctual because you come to practice. Like, all of those things still apply into the real world. You just got to flip that switch on and be like, wait, I've already done everything that somebody that's already been working for, 15 years as. I just got to apply it to a different field that I feel passionate about. And it's an easy transition in my point of view.
You still like, I feel like that competitive nature is what people just like crave, especially retiring or like giving up a sport. So if you could like you said, shift your mind to like be competitive about life or business or whatever, it could definitely help a lot too. Because like you said, and like we're big in the UFC and stuff, it's tough for like these fighters to like give up the sport because they don't have that thing that like pushes them every day to get them out of bed. And once you can find that, it makes it a lot easier. I think
it's like you said, that ability to find what pushes you. Like, when you're a UFC fighter, what pushes you? Is it because you don't understand the grappling yet, so you want to jump into the grappling? Training that. It's like, it's the same thing with marketing. For me, I'm like, what is influencer marketing? What's the, social media, man? Like, I'm like, whoop, I got to go get educated in this, and I got to be able to do these repetitions over and over and over. And it's like, it don't happen in one day, 1 week, 1 month. It's like, you got to keep doing it. Just like
Yeah.
when you become, the greatest wrestler or the greatest Muay Thai, like whatever that space is, you have to do the repetition for a very long time. And I think that's how you become, the master at your craft. I mean, I think, who was it? I think it's Bruce Lee has the greatest quote where it's like, dang, I don't want to mess this up either. He said, would you rather do the kick good 1,000 times or do one great kick?
Ooh.
And I was like, wow, like he's very special for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, like that's literally what I do. I want to do something. I want to do the 1,000 kicks so I can be great for the one kick rather than the one kick for 100 good times.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true.
No,
Wow.
that's crazy
I'm gonna have to write
answer.
that up. But yeah, it's definitely those times where you're, kind of guessing that's where you have to get outside your box and grow a lot. And definitely that time of you like sitting that whole entire year definitely helped you and paved you for what you're doing today and the great marketing agency and the poker tour. Everything you're doing has built you for this moment. So thank you for sharing your burn moment, and thank you for coming on the Burner Chill Show.
Thank you guys for having me.
Let the audience know where they can find you, your Instagram, websites,
Celebrity.
everything. Let them know.
Of course. Hayes Pullard. I mean, again, I'm the co-founder of Celebrity Poker Tour, Enclave and Key. My social is at Pullard. You can go check out everything at Celebrity Poker Tour or at Enclave and Key. I mean, we look forward to having you guys.
You heard the man. Go check him out. Go check out everything he's about. And we are out of this episode of Burn or Chill.
Deuces.
Peace.